a problem.
Fixing to go live. We're going live. Ah, we're going live. Ah, live air. We're live.
No, that's just good comedy.
Fuck, are we starting like that, dude?
Yeah. Let's do
we
it.
have no listeners pretty much right now. So, fuck. Might as well just go all the way. Wow, welcome to the Easy Side Update, May 1st, 2022. We got episode 17. Bubba Crypto, Too Easy Trizzy.
What it do? Episode 17. We're almost legal.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah. Let's go.
It goes on and on and on.
What sucks about this song, bro, is like we're not going to be able to use like consistent fucking over 5 seconds of this song because
Why not? We were just doing.
Go ahead.
Because why?
Because of how popular this song is, bro. Like the internet is. Come on, they're not gonna let us use this song for very long to get exposure.
But they could. I mean, it's Pacific Islander month. As a Filipino, I was enjoying karaoke. You could hear us singing, having a good time. I'm sorry, there's legalities or whatever the word is for me to be happy.
There you go. Let them know. There you go. See,
if you don't like karaoke, you hate Pacific Islanders.
There you go.
We've been through a lot.
That's right. I've been through a lot. And he's over here trying to embrace his inner freedom. And you're taking that away by not letting him believe. That's fucked up.
Yeah, seriously.
That's where a clap is gonna hit right
there,
bro.
Yep. And if they even sue me, what a freaking scumbag. Dude.
Scumbag, scum of the
There's
earth.
bigger issues.
Bigger. Yeah. So shout out to Universal Music Group. I'm pretty sure you're up in here.
Some will win, some will lose. Some were born to sing the blues.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go, dude. That's gonna get the people hype.
Yeah. No, I know. You know why they're gonna love that? Because I was like Blueface. I was all offbeat, and I was just rapping it. So they were like, "Heck yeah, that's hot."
That's hot.
Some Tatiana's busting it down to that.
Last minute, I decided to go with this song because I knew it was cliche as people are losing the faith. People don't give a shit about crypto right now. People seem to be looking at I definitely feel the energy. People are like, yo, this cat is crazy. And all the motivational videos and all the things that I read in books and all the things that I hear from, people that inspire me, they tell me when you start looking crazy and obsessed with something, you might be actually onto something. And so I think this week kind of did that for you and I. It was like, yeah, we might be absolutely crazy, but we're crazy for a reason, guys. We're not just, coming up with dumb thoughts out of the thin air. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
we had the crazy pills.
Yeah.
Now this is the way I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Living in the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm about it. Orange pill. Let's run it.
Orange pill, red candles. This one's out for all of my boomers out there.
You know what? Yeah. Let me take that back. Shout out to the boomers, dude. You guys have set us up for success because through tough times create strong men. And you guys have given us some real tough times.
And I respect my elders, and I also respect that we leave out baby boomers because then it's like we're taking the cool part out of it. They're like, yeah, baby boomers. We were booming out babies.
Yeah, I mean, times were good, so people were getting laid.
They were like, yeah, we were just doing like disco and cocaine and having sex. Shout out to the boomers. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's just get right into the crypto. Oh, just lying. I'm just lying, dude. See,
Why?
I'm just lying. Because I was like, let's get into the crypto moves, but let's get into the article.
Yeah, but going back to it, I just think people are losing their faith right now. We're going into uncharted territory, and people are like, worried about what's next, but they're not looking at like where things are at instead. So I mean that just takes courage, and it takes your willpower to take control of your financial freedom. As long as you continue to keep on keeping on, you can do that. So
And I feel like repeated courage is that's what creates, what did I say? Composure. Yep.
I like that.
And
Yeah.
you gotta have composure right now, because
Yeah.
when I start to feel uneasy, I'm like, oh, it's pretty real in here.
You know what it's like? It's like having a big show that you're about to perform, and you got a big audience in front of you, and minutes before you got to go out on stage, you find out there's like a certain technical issue that you're gonna have to work through, and it's like,
Like
it's
maybe
not.
you gotta really poop or something,
Yeah,
and you're like, but I gotta go on stage.
yeah. I mean, that's 100% one, or or you gotta pee. Why did it have to be poop?
Mm,
Maybe you had to
yeah.
pee. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I'd rather pee my pants instead of poop my
That's what I'm
pants,
saying.
because I
I'll take
peed
that
my
out.
pants before.
What'd you think? What do you think about this past week? How
Definitely wasn't fun. We went to some ranges we didn't want to see, but hey, Bitcoin held over 37K,
mm-hmm.
and we're still there right now. So life is not that bad.
No.
If you constantly, stay updated, check the top 10, you
Yeah.
would see Bitcoin 37K was the low end of the range, and you're like, okay, not unexpected. What's the next range we can get to?
Yep.
And that's how we go week by week.
There you go.
So, I mean, I would say as long as Bitcoin held over 37K, life is chill. I said for me, I wasn't going to release my stable coins back into the market unless we went below 37K. So, still chilling. Dollar cost averaging in wasn't fun. Had some, uneasiness. And I was like, oh, this is where composure is important.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can't freak out, because we had the moment. We'll get into it later, but with Filecoin, and I was just like, oh, and you were kind of checking to see how my brain was working, and I was like, still good.
Yeah.
But 26% in an hour, 26% loss. I was like, oh, yeah. The other way. That's the alt season we want. We want the green candle that way.
I keep saying decoupling. I don't want to be wrong about this. Of course, who wants to be wrong when they come up with their opinions about the markets? But I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to be wrong about this, just because it's like, then I feel like we're going the wrong path as society, right? Because if we're not embracing cryptocurrency, which embraces a lot of these projects, embrace freedom and equality, which they do for sure, then and we don't embrace it as an entire world, then I think the entire world is going to have a real strong wake up call, for sure. Right. So.
And I totally agree. And I think I'd get down to like my basic thoughts. I look around as an investor and I'm like, okay, can the currency go digital? Yes, everything in life is digital. Did you ever think you were going to be opening your phone with your face? I mean, like, and with the trust, you consider the trust and, the economy, people are uneasy about that because we've been burnt before.
Yeah.
So you're like, hey, you study crypto and you understand the transparency behind it. And you're like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, I could definitely see this moving forward. And you're like, all right, that's my opinion on what the future looks like. So hey, I'm like, get to it, get back to work. Life is good. We should always be happy that we have a better opportunity. Yeah. And I mean, that's the way. We're not trying to get shaken out.
What you said about the transparency part and what it does for people, I think that, shout out to the boomer edition, but I think that's a big part of what we're seeing is that a lot of this stuff relates not only to, progressive liberal mind thinking of decentralizing things, right? Because that's equality, like real basic down to equality. Everybody gets the same thing, right? And I think, there's a happy medium that you find between conservatism and liberalism with cryptocurrency. It doesn't really have a side. It just has a loyalty to economics and mathematics. And so that, I mean, when you think about what you want to put your finances into as like a tangible asset for your future, right? How can you look at this and pass this opportunity up? This is stuff that you literally stand for,
100%. And like we were talking about, I mean, have liquidity. We've had a strategy. This doesn't really phase the strategy. It just means, hey, if there was any time to go heavier on my investments, then, hey, boost my dollar cost average for the next month until we figure it out. But for me, as long as Bitcoin's in the 30s, I mean, I'm chilling
Yeah.
because if you look at it and you zoom out and you're like, okay, we have government regulations coming in, that's fine. But when you evaluate all the markets, like the stocks, they're all down as well.
Yeah.
And then you consider, whoa, hey, Russia, Ukraine still clearly messing with things.
Yeah.
And then we got interest rates probably about to go up next week.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's a lot of instability around the markets.
Yeah.
And we have the most volatile one and the newest one. And I mean, I'm just seeing an opportunity. There's definitely people capitalizing on the opportunity, and I want to be one of them.
Yeah. 100%.
All right. With that being said, should we get to the crypto moves?
Mm-hmm.
So we started talking about Bitcoin. We always talk about Bitcoin. I think whenever there's big pullbacks like this, it's the first one to watch and use as, just like we just did. So we got Bitcoin under 40,000. Down another 8% this week, but as we mentioned, still above 37. We're getting to support. We're seeing it, hold up right here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like it. Wasn't unexpected. Like I said, we're still in that current range from the top 10.
Yeah. And if we get below that 32K right there, then you can definitely expect to see some 20K range. For sure, higher 20s or something. But it's just the fundamentals are really strong. So it's hard to be out here promoting, bearish when it's it's the fundamentals to investing. You want to make sure that there is a sound investment there, that there's other people also getting into your investment and creating an actual value there. And so when you look at the news this week is a great example of that. You're just seeing big players make big moves all around the world trying to get into the crypto market. So, and they are big players. I mean, think about it. Panama Canal. If we don't have that, bro, you got to go all the way down South America, and that news on Panama was big. So Bitcoin hanging out around 30s, 40s. That's fine, man. Chilling.
Yep. Next, we got Ethereum under 3K.
We love that. The reason I think this is going to be such a great deal is because of how many decentralized applications are already built on Ethereum, and that upgrade comes through, and you just know it's like a domino effect. So I think that will definitely affect the price because it will make it more appetizing to investors because it's having more utilization within its ecosystem. So we will see 1inch is kind of trying to bypass Matic and Ethereum. They're like, we're going to pay you guys back in the gas fees that you're spending. The thing is when the markets start to push and pump, how are they going to afford to pay back all those fees? I mean, do you guys have that much liquidity? Or are you going to go broke as a project doing that? Those are some questions to be asked. But I think they have that much confidence.
Right. And side note, while we brought up Matic, they got a nice little boost from Gemini. The staking increased to closer to 5%, and that's definitely higher. I don't know. We were at maybe 1% or 0.5%.
Yeah, it was somewhere
5%. Now that changes the vibes a little bit.
Oh, for sure. I'm 100%. Buying more Matic at these levels for 5.5% almost. I like that because it's helping out Ethereum, and Ethereum is gonna be more attractive. It just will be. But even if that upgrade didn't go through, I think that these projects that are trying to help Ethereum scale, it will still open up value in other parts of the marketplace and open up more opportunities. So it's like upgrade or no upgrade, I'm still bullish on crypto. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So.
And that's why, we like to talk about these, especially when there's big pullbacks, always Bitcoin and Ethereum. But next we got Solana under 100.
Yep. Still staking 5%, almost 6%. Gemini, damn near same, around the same area. You can stake it on other wallets too. I've been seeing for higher percentages. It's just where do you want to keep your Solana at, I guess. But we're seeing the NFT market blow up. Going through that lunatics mint, having that gas fee of Ethereum roll through and come in, and you're paying double what you were initially going to be paying. That causes a lot of problems for people that want to consume NFTs. So what's the next best blockchain you can think of that offers NFTs? And that hands down is Solana. So
100%.
NFT market's going to blow up, but Solana does more than that. Remember, I was talking about at one time metaverse and NFTs and developing like gear within video games and having those, all that coding. What could scale the size for, for games like that? Well, Algorand's one of them. We talked with that, or we're talking about that one project right now, Trantorian.
Yep.
But Solana, I think, could really help out with the metaverse a lot, dude. Bring some
Right.
cool
And
graphics.
like you said, the NFTs are getting more notoriety as of late. I saw Ice Cube talking about Solana NFTs, and then he also so one of the big three got, like, I guess they bought the team degenerates, the NFT. They bought like a big three, which is Ice Cube's professional 3-on-3 league. So now they're going to be representing Solana blockchain. Guess that's our new favorite team.
Yeah.
I mean, who needs the Suns anyway? We got degenerates. Just kidding. Too early.
Yeah.
After we win the championship, I'll make that joke.
Yeah. Please.
All right. Next, we got Link under 1250.
Man, I'm like excited to see it at this price because it's a hell of an opportunity in my personal opinion. But it's just like wild to see it low again like this. I had somebody text me today or message me. Oh, it was Caleb. Caleb messages me and he's like, yo, or he just sends me a screenshot of his phone of crypto.com down 15%. It's at 30 cents. And I told him this time last year, dude, it was at like 11, 12 cents.
Yeah.
And it's like these markets are speculative and still volatile, yes, but they're volatile both directions, y'all. So I don't know.
I just can't help but think about that race between like crypto.com and VeChain in my portfolio. My heart was so for VeChain, and when crypto.com hit 30 cents, I was like, oh wow. This is different. This is different.
It is, and it's really cool when you get to ride those waves, man. There was a lot of good hits last year, and those hits were made because of the time spent like learning, cost averaging in, buying into the ones we believed in, moving profits around, and it created a great opportunity for you and I. And, because you and I stick to pretty much the same strategy, maybe not the same coins or the same investments all the time, but definitely the same strategy. And, when things take off, we'll know what to do because we've seen it come around. So Chainlink at $11-$12, dude. I mean, you and I were joking anything under 100 is pretty hilarious, but I mean, this bitch went up to $53, so that's only 100% from there.
The one that I was talking about was actually Atom. I was like, Atom under 100.
Ooh.
But Chainlink actually flipped Atom this week. I was like, oh, interesting. But let's get into it because, I got to talk Atom every week.
Yeah.
So Atom under $20.
Wow.
I love me some Cosmos. This is like the heaviest buy I've been, doing for the last like month. Like I was like, wow. Like as soon as we went under 30, I was like, opportunity. Now we're freaking talking $20.
Hey.
So I'm like, this is great.
I think we've been seeing this pullback from something, and I would like your opinion about it. I thought about it earlier. I said it in the article talking about that Flare thing, F assets, and if that's what is creating an F asset and Filecoin, we definitely need to look into that. But Flare possibly could be a competitor against Cosmos with interoperability. Cosmos is just able to do it between it's the blockchain of it's the blockchain of blockchains, right? So it allows all these blockchains to communicate with one another. And so the benefits of Cosmos are huge. Well, who's that next competitor? There's probably somebody out there, but I haven't really come across it there was Dragon Chain at one time, but interoperability at a scalable rate that is able to communicate with all of these different blockchains. I don't know one out there except for Cosmos. And so, we'll talk about it later, but Algorand making that buy, bro, come on,
100%. So Algorand under 65 cents.
Yeah, definitely. Two things about this real quick, since they're both right next to each other, that works out perfect. Cosmos, I think, is getting hurt because people are starting to dive into that part of the market that they've kind of had pinned. And so I think that is creating an opportunity here because you and I talk about how this is possibly something that could be in the top 10, top 20 later on because of what it does for blockchains. And because if it is that valuable, right, then this is a great opportunity, allowing other markets to bring down their market share and give opportunity to somebody else, but that still is allowing people to get more opportunity in Cosmos as well. A vicious cycle of markets, right? Buyers and sellers, along with now with something that's different than traditional markets, the ecosystem, right? You can't use stocks to go buy and sell goods at the grocery store, but now you can with cryptocurrency. Boom, so Algorand investing in the flare, I mean, that turns me on, dude. I mean, if we're talking about interoperability in the main top 10 coins, yeah, absolutely. And they're partnering with Algorand, then Algorand, bro, could you imagine what that would do for Algorand? What that grant, when you grant somebody money, you don't expect anything back. Cool. But there's that relationship there. You know what I'm saying? They're going to benefit Algorand in some type of way. And Algorand could bypass Atom. You see what I'm saying? By having the supplier,
Infiltrate the dealer, find the supplier.
That's what I'm saying. So
that's what we're doing with these alts.
That's right.
Problem solving.
And hey, look, we ain't loyal. We ain't loyal, bro. This is still markets, dude. It is. Come on now. You cannot be too attached to your investments. You have to know or how to let go. Have to, or you will lose. And especially in a speculative industry. Yes, we are in a young speculative industry, but you got to take precautions to it. Like, know when to get out. Don't be greedy.
100%. So next we'll get into Filecoin under $16.
Woo!
Man.
Woo!
Oh. Hey, we're still in. I'm glad we were both checked out. I was like questioning when you called me. I was like, wait, are you calling to see how I like really, really feel about Filecoin?
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, 26% in 1 hour. You kind of have some questions. You're like, I need to do some research here because if this thing's going down to zero, I'm trying to be out at $14. That's for sure. But yeah, hey, got hit. Nothing new. But we still love Filecoin. First thing I said was like, hey, we got to get to the bottom of this, figure out what triggered it. Was looking for some bad news. I didn't really see any bad news.
Yeah.
No one was talking bad about it.
It's just a whale.
We did see the unusual whale tweet of like Filecoin, a whale sold out and got liquidated. And
then the F asset thing that you found, Filecoin became an F asset. And I think that has something to do with Flare. I do. Or I'm wrong. Or I'm wrong. We'll look into it this week. But I mean, if that has something to do with something, maybe they're just going through an upgrade part and people aren't finding value in it, and a whale sold out to be able to get value somewhere else. You know what I mean? You can't, hey, come on. All right, cool. He's opening up more opportunity for somebody else possibly. I don't know. It's hard to say no to it when you have Zcash and Filecoin as two of the main coins that the Winklevoss twins were like, guys, you need to understand the technology behind these two coins particularly. And they both run on their own blockchain. Their fees are super cheap compared to a lot of other blockchains for transactions, and they actually have a fundamental tech that can disrupt and decentralize big parts of industry. So, I mean, dude, privatizing digital assets. Yo, come on. You could privatize the deed to your house, and make it where the government can't track it. I mean, I know that sounds such a wildish and outlandish thought, but like when we talk about the Snowden thing, right? You look at the leaps and bounds that this man went to, the Wuko, I think his name is, to create or to, develop Zcash with everybody. This man went to these leaps and bounds, and then they gave Snowden an alias name, and then all these years later, we're talking 6-7 years later, you guys are going to release his name after we're at some of the most like highest tensions we've seen politically in the climate in decades with world powers. So it's like, come on, man, Yeah.
I guess we'll just bring it up now. Zcash under 135.
Yeah. When I was reading that article about Snowden today,
I mean, we still have to talk about it in the crypto news.
Absolutely. But it was just like when they were breaking down the technology behind Zcash, that's the part that got me. I was like, man, dude, you cannot discount this one. 21 million, the way they've been able to secure it, dude, behind. So what they did with the truth system, we'll go into that and everything and what they did. But like being able to have
isn't it trust? Is it trust or
system.
truth?
It's trust system. Yeah, sorry. And it was crazy. It's crazy to think how they were able to secure the scarcity value just like Bitcoin. And that is the main talking point when you talk about crypto with somebody and you want to convince them, you tell them there's only 21 million Bitcoin out there. Let me give everybody in the world, if anybody out there is fucking listening, dude, there are only 21 million Zcash out there, and it privatizes digital assets. It privatizes your transactions. It makes it where the government can't watch what you do with your finances and your value, and there's only 21 million of these things in circulation. Not even in circulation. This is oh my God, I thought about it today. I was like, yo, dude, this could literally, I'm sorry, I had to close my eyes to get all that out.
You're good.
But it's like Zcash, bro. Zcash, dude, I said it word for word out loud to myself today. I said, Zcash is going to make me a millionaire. I'm so serious, dude. I mean that when I say that. And I believe it, dude. Zcash is just as valuable to me as Bitcoin is. And so, I'll be that loony. I don't care. I've done my homework and I'll go down, with the ship, dude. The Zcash is here to stay. And then Edward Snowden news broke this week, bro. I was like,
yeah. What did we say? If the market was healthy, that thing was about to have a pump and a half.
A pump and a half. It would have gone back up to its highs. But think about this. Now that it's got the technology and it's at the point it's at and the Edward Snowden thing came out and you think about the support that it has. I mean, dude, a buy, dude, this is possibly a fucking steal. You're going to feel bad for owning that much Zcash when it's up at, some ridiculous number. I don't want to get carried away here, but it's all-time high.
Let's not go crazy, but when it was, when we were looking straight bearish for the last month, we had some Zcash hopes still flying around at one point. We're like, 200, huh?
Yeah, 200.
But I think if you want to learn more about Zcash, use the Easy Side update. That link, it described how the privacy part works, and I was like, hey, let's go. Yeah. Thank you for putting it in simpleton terms, as simple as some cryptos can be.
Yeah, and so, we're bullish on Zcash. Guys, go get a bag. Yep. Go get a bag.
So we had great Zcash news this week. We also had great VeChain news this week. VeChain back on the list under 6 cents.
Oh, goodness.
Man, it's been
brutal.
Like really, really good news lately for VeChain.
It's been brutal with the price action. The news has been great. And so VeChain, we're back at damn near the levels at when I first showed you VeChain. So I don't know. Do we want to miss out? You know what I mean?
Definitely not. No. I mean, VeChain, you look at it, everything that they don't like about, I would say, I don't want to say Bitcoin. I don't want to be out here crazy comparing VeChain and Bitcoin, but I mean, hey, when it comes to carbon and releasing bad, gas into the environment or whatever, it's like, hey, VeChain, not an issue.
Yep.
They're all over the place, though, but we'll definitely get into that article. But definitely happy that VeChain is back on the list.
Yep.
Great opportunity, in my opinion.
Yep.
Don't freaking sue me. So last, we got Tezos under $3. Before I mentioned that, I was like, hey, I have a number of Tezos in my head that I want it to be, and we're almost there. And then I think I'm going to chill out, be like, all right, let's figure this out, because just like VeChain got and just like Zcash got, I was like, I need to see some news, some great attachment to some really bullish news
for Tezos.
With Tezos, yeah.
So the technology behind Tezos, right, of staking and creating blocks on the blockchain, they're the granddaddy of that, right? They were one of the very first to do it, and they even gave it a special name called baking, and so. They came up with the original shake and bake for the cryptocurrency community. I remember reading an article, and I read it when it was under $2. And this guy said $7,000 in Tezos put in at this price will set up my family for generational wealth if I leave it in there and let it continue to keep staking. And so we're getting close to that price range when I read that, and I'm like, wow, man, I don't think I want to miss out on that opportunity, because it's just like Zcash. It's not that it has all these projects or whatever being built on it. It's like the actual ecosystem of like their blockchain being able to like help with transactions of value and create blocks on the blockchain and allow transactions to go through. So I mean, there is more to Tezos along with their NFT platform. I mean, I love Tezos, man. I have a hard time saying no to it. Yeah, you're right. It would be great if they would come out with some hard news. But at the same time, you kind of like the silence sometimes, because that means they're working, we hope,
Yep.
So Zcash is a great example of that. Zcash was real quiet for a real long time, man. Nobody was talking about it. Dude, wrote it off, So, hey, man, I love Tezos. I don't want to discount it. All-time high last year of what, like 16, 12? Sorry.
Something like that. Is that what it says? Yeah.
Yeah, 12, 19.
It should have it.
So, I mean, you're at
Ooh, we like
269.
that.
Love that.
That's an opportunity. So we had the alts definitely bleeding out this week, but we're seeing it as opportunity. And we know that, hey, some of these, what did I say? It was between 12 and 17% down for the alts.
Yeah.
That's not uncharacteristic. So
No.
you learn the waves, you get used to it. You talked about maturing with your portfolio.
Yeah.
And eliminating fear, pretty much.
Yeah. It's you eliminate fear through using the fundamentals of investing. And so, those were the first things that I ever told you about, because if you didn't understand that part, then you wouldn't be able to handle yourself when the psychological part starts kicking in, right? People are like, oh, buy, or, oh, I'm selling it all, dude, it's going to zero. Like, you're able to maintain. And
Right.
So that's called, in my opinion, maturing with your portfolio, keeping your composure, as you said earlier. So, don't ever stop, going back to the song. Don't ever stop
Believing.
There you go, yeah. So
Don't stop believing.
yeah, but I don't ever stop believing, because the power of time is what gives me comfort when we begin to hit uncharted territory with the markets. Shout out to Uncharted. I went and saw that movie. It was actually really good.
Was that an ad read for the pod? Did they pay us?
I mean, it would be kind of nice if Tom Holland would send over a check.
Send it over, Spidey.
Yeah.
Come on. But hey, like you were talking about, I think we use time. We use time as our benefit. And, one of the things we also consider is just like the news. I mean, like what's going down in reality. That's why we love to go through these crypto news, and every single week we have news on news on news, because this is what we're looking at to add to our technical analysis. Back to the crypto news. So 80% of institutions bullish on crypto's future. So, the first question, I'm like, are you just feeding me some survey, with like 100 people? Nope. They got the opinions of about 28,000 respondents, about 5,000 institutional investment strategy decision makers, and 23,000 retail investors. So a bunch of plebs. They asked a bunch of plebs, but they were crypto plebs. So I'm chill with it.
Yeah.
So 8 out of 10 institutional investors believe that crypto will overtake traditional investment vehicles within a decade. Within a decade. Let's go.
What are we doing?
So they also discovered 54% of retail investors believe that cryptocurrencies will overtake traditional currencies within 10 years.
Shout out Warren Buffett.
Yep. Our best friend. Yep. One thing I thought was interesting about this article, though, they somehow got the percentage of trust in the system. And it said that traditional markets were still ahead by they had 70% trust. and crypto, but it was close, 68%. But I think what
Wow.
stood out, what was interesting is stable coins are only 60%. And I'm like, now I have to ask myself, like, why do people not trust stable coins? Because I'm out here like really, really loving stable coins. All right, so we had BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, has launched its blockchain ETF. We love that. So let's see here. What do we got? It provides investors with exposure to crypto and blockchain industry without needing to directly own digital assets.
There it is.
Hey, so if you're scared, maybe just dip your toes in, I guess.
There you go.
But the water's still going to be cold. Shout out to the fellas when I was at Lake Travis, and the water was maybe in negative 150 degrees Fahrenheit, and I jumped in, and I was so in and out of that water just so I could say I got in the water. Freaked out, jumped in, closed my eyes, started freaking out because I was like, in Lord of the Rings when Frodo like is in the water because he falls, he puts the ring on because he's addicted to putting his finger in the ring. I get it. I'm a man too, but then the dead body's like pulling him down. That's all I could picture because me, I'm a freaking wild man, and I like to feel safe. And the guy starts it off. We just pull off the dock. He's like, yeah, so we got to be safe. There was like 13 people that died here last year. And I was like, oh, frick. I can barely swim. And also the water, my friend jumps in and it's like, it's so cold that it freezes your body. So all of this bad mix. Either way, I'm not a lake guy. But why I said that, I don't know. Maybe we leave it because I'm back to talking BlackRock. We're talking BlackRock. Do you freaking know BlackRock, the largest asset manager? Yeah, they're giving you an opportunity to get in crypto without actually owning digital assets. I get it. I welcome all people to the market, even if you're not really in the market. But, it's, whatever it is. So the ETF is comprised of 41 separate holdings, with the largest single holding being United States-based crypto exchange Coinbase, making up 11.45% of the fund. Whoop. This is closely followed by large Bitcoin miners, Marathon Digital Holdings, another 11%, and also Riot Blockchain. Those are your three biggest holdings with that blockchain ETF. And then I like their little quote. They said, "We believe the broader opportunity, leveraging blockchain technology for payments, contracts, and consumption broadly, has not yet been." Oh, and it says has not yet been priced in. Did I read that weird? Yeah.
No. Well, I mean, you may have read it weird, but dude, that is some bullish ass news. Go ahead, read it again.
So we believe the broader opportunity, which is leveraging blockchain technology for payments, contracts, and consumptions broadly, and this has not been priced in yet. So they're saying what we're looking at is not, we're just starting to get the picture.
Oh, yeah, bro. Come on, dude. What is going on?
What are we doing? Even if we go to zero, F it. If we look crazy, that's fine. You know who else is crazy? Harley Quinn. She's freaking crazy, and we all think she's hot. Shout out to Margot Robbie. Just wanted to throw that in. That's how I'm looking at the market. Like, it's some sexy, crazy clown chick. I don't know what's going on, but I like it.
Love that. That's exactly
This is
right.
Daddy's market, whatever it says on her shirt.
Sugar daddy.
All right. But shout out to the Wall Street bets, fellas. Love the gift.
GIF.
So next,
Troy. GIF.
GIF?
Not gift. GIF.
Oh, sorry. That's my lisp. I'm sorry. I thought the T was silent.
Don't even.
GIF. You like making fun of people with speech impediment? That is messed up.
Okay, whatever.
Now, if you told me you owned all of the Bitcoin in the world and you offered it to me for $25, I wouldn't take it because what would I do with it? I have to sell it back to you one way or another. I mean, maybe I'm the same people, but it isn't going to do anything. The apartments are going to produce rental, and the farms are going to produce food. And if I've got all the Bitcoin, I'm back where whatever his name was, who may or may not have existed, was 15 years ago. If I've got it all, he could create a mystery about it. But everybody knows what I'm like. I mean, so if I'm trying to get rid of it, people will say, well, why should I buy some Bitcoin from you? I mean, why don't you call it Buffett coin? Make your own or something. What? Do something. But I'm not going to give you anything for it. And you'd be right, incidentally. But that explains the difference between productive assets and something that depends on the next guy paying you more than the last
He's
guy.
a sweet old man. We love him. He's made a bazillion dollars.
Yeah.
And he's also thinking that Bitcoin's worth $25 if he bought 21 million Bitcoin. Yet he still spent I almost said fee fi fo fum. So he still spends
$500 million.
That's what I meant. Investing in a Brazilian digital bank, which has Bitcoin ties. So, who cares? But shout out to Dave Portnoy. Apparently there was this hockey game, and he crushed Warren Buffett into the wall.
Yeah.
Did that really happen? Oh, wait, that's a GIF. That's a gift.
That's a gift, yeah, for us crypto.
All right, either way, shout out Warren Buffett. We love and respect you. Leave it to the young people, I guess. Let us have a little fun. You don't have to get rich off everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
But he could be just, you know what? I'm done talking about him because we just cut that part anyway.
Yeah.
So next we got, you already went in on this news. Ed Snowden played key role in Zcash privacy coin creation. So let's see what we got here. We got, if you don't know who Ed Snowden is, it deserves just a little look. I watched a movie and I was like, this is crazy. I'm pretty sure I watched it during COVID and was like, this is nuts. So either way, if you don't know him, former U.S. defense contractor whose leaks ignited a worldwide debate about internet surveillance, played a secret role. Oh, sorry. Forgive me. I'm reading off the teleprompter. Come on, we're all used to it by now. We're all American.
That's right.
But either way, so Ed Snowden said in the video that Zcash dropped, he says, I saw it being worked on by a number of trusted academic cryptographers. Cryptographers. I thought that would involve maps. Either way, they're smarter than me, and that's why they created Zcash. But wait, now it sounds like I did Ed Snowden's quote. Hold on, time out. I'm not Ed Snowden anymore. I'm back to me, but here we go. Now I'm going to be Ed Snowden. I saw it being worked on by a number of trusted academic cryptographers, and I thought it was a very interesting project. Honestly, look how many Y's and P's and G's. It's just a confusing word. Hey. It's Pacific Islander month. You don't get to make fun of me, otherwise something's wrong with you. Let me have my month. All right, you ready for another quote? This is what we talked about. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the article.
Okay.
Because he says, as long as it is clear that I never paid and had no stake, it was just a public interest thing, I think you can tell people. Because before, the article goes into him just going under a anonymous name. It definitely wasn't Ed Snowden, and I respect that because then he's like, he was really putting in the work for Zcash.
Yeah, John
and
Dobberson.
helping create a better product, and he was like, I don't want my name tied to it, so it looks like that it's something it's not. Let's just get this out there.
Yeah.
So I respect that, and we love Zcash. As we referenced, we're like, if this was a healthy market, this thing is pumping.
Yeah, it's like, man, I really hope I don't regret saying this, but it's like Bitcoin privacy. When they developed Zcash, what they did is they mimicked the blockchain technology of Bitcoin, and they forked off, and then they created.
Oh, they forked off.
But they want that scarcity of 21 million coins, and
what do you say? So I'm glad you talked about Bitcoin. I don't want to make the Bitcoin maxis mad, but would you say that like Bitcoin and Zcash, comparing Bitcoin and Zcash is like a strip club? They have like a nude side. So like Bitcoin is full nude, full transparency. Yeah. And then Zcash is like
the back rooms.
No, that one's better. That one's better. That one's better, bro. That one's better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say like they have like clothes on.
It's still nude. It's still nude back there, but it's like we don't talk about it.
We're just talking about it's like the back room.
It's the back room. When they walk up to you and it's like, hey, it's $250. You want to hang out back there? It's like, well, I wonder what $250 gets me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
250 Zcash, it can get you a lot. You don't even want to know. Then they're like, you can afford a ZJ. Did you drop your phone? It's all black on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one was a good one. Heck yeah. Don't worry, Bitcoin maxis, you sick perverts in the full nude section.
Yo, have you ever
All
seen
right.
Beer Fest?
We were just watching it the other day, but I fell asleep in the beginning. I've seen it, though. I've seen it.
You know the part where Homeboy is at the car and he's like, HJ, BJ, ZJ. He's like, what the hell's a ZJ? He's like, if you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Are you sure it's Beer Fest? That's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going with the joke.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I thought it was Ben Stiller's movie or something.
So it's $10 for a BJ, $12 for an HJ, $15 for a ZJ.
What's a ZJ?
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
I got $4.
Back to it, as you mentioned, even though we love our Bitcoin maxis, hey, cheers, mates. We got some Bitcoin too. We're crypto bros, but we love our Bitcoin and we respect our Bitcoin. So, like he's just said, Central African Republic becomes the world's second country to adopt Bitcoin as official currency. Hey, I mean, let's go. I didn't really know much about this specific region, but it is amongst the world's poorest countries, according to the United Nations, and has been in a state insecurity and increasing violence for 9 years. The government controls the capital, but much of the country is controlled by armed groups. So, perfect scenario. Bitcoin, provides a lot of opportunity. Everybody's got some money. The economy's healthy. They're like, hey, let's put the guns down. Who needs to shoot each other and use brute force when we could all be striving and prospering together? Like we're ASAP CAR. That's what we are. ASAP car. That's
ASAP
what
car.
Always strive and prosper. That's what we want you guys to do, and it appears that you guys are making a good play. Second country. Congratulations. I hope
that.
Bitcoin makes you rich.
Yeah, I'm about that. I'm all about, especially like this region. This is like, when you dive into it, they're talking about how they're going to add Bitcoin to legal tender, and they discuss the diamonds and the natural resources that come out of that area. And that's, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie Blood Diamond, but this makes it real interesting because it's like, this is a way, remember, dude, cryptocurrency is a rallying cry for freedom. And so people that want freedom, right, and that have technology in their hands are going to start embracing cryptocurrencies. And I mean, hey, dude, but IMF, dude, that's like when you watch that movie Blood Diamond, bro, all that is a tough story, tough situation. And I think as a society of humans, we all need to recognize how that is like, this is right. This is great, dude. This is great. This is great fucking news. That's how I feel about this. Seriously.
I can
straight
see
up.
it in your face. You just changed tunes.
Yeah, I did, bro.
Heck
I mean,
yeah.
because it like this bothers me a lot, dude, because it's like, it's just, I mean, I don't know,
This is
bro.
a great opportunity for that country.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for that region of Africa, because I mean, it's like it's beautiful, bro. I mean, Africa is absolutely stunning, and I mean, it's like Australia, it's like the United States, it's like all these places around the world, I mean, and the only thing that it's all missing is freedom, like I mean, because I mean, as we've had this technology boom, I think we've like grown further and further away from freedom. And so, this is huge, bro. This is great. I mean, when you watch that movie IMF, bro, I mean, shout out to the kid that played the part. But this kid is like, his son, he comes from a village, he gets taken away, and you got this poor kid that like grows up and starts seeing these things and then becomes his environment. And then his dad is like screaming to bring him out of that environment and try to save his son's life, right? And he does it through a fucking diamond. And it's a wild movie, bro. Leonardo DiCaprio does a great job in that movie, and it's like a great depiction of like how disgusting it is. Another one would be Lord of War, with Nicolas Cage. The things that like have happened in Africa for, greed and wealth is like pathetic. And so, shout out to that region. I hope they fucking embrace it. And it's even more dope and more savage that they went around the central bank, dude, of Central Africa. It was like, you know what, dude, we're not even going to ask for permission. We're just going to do it. That's how free people act, bro. You don't ask for a permission to do something. You go do it, and then if somebody wants to come over and stop you, they better have the force and the will and the power to do so. You know what I mean? But free people stand up united, come on. This is common sense, bro. Why do we forget this stuff? We can all unite. All of us.
We keep it simple. We keep it too easy.
Bro. There you go.
Come on, everybody unite the people. Nobody wants to see the world freaking be a terrible place. We're living here, pal. Okay, either way, we just totally cut that part out about Satoshi Nakamoto being
Satoshi.
alien.
Come on,
I know. See, this is why I like stuttered, because I was like, I'm literally blanking so hard right now. But I'm a crypto bro,
Satoshi.
dude. Allegiance to nobody. Takashi Nakamoto. Yeah, no, I hate Bitcoin. He was actually a snitch. But you know what I would say to an alien? My first conversation would be like, dude, come here. I know that you think the world is crazy, but get this. Panama is posed to approve. Oh, wait, time out. He'd be like, dude, even I'm an alien and I can speak English. And I'm like, bro, hold on. I know you're not from this planet, but let me tell you something. As of May 1st, it's Pacific Islander month, and you don't talk about how I talk, all right? All right, so the 8 cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, XDC Network, Elrond, Stellar, IOTA, and Algorand.
XLC. I think that's the only one that I have no idea about.
Have you heard of XDC?
Is that the
that's
one?
what you were
XDC?
talking about.
Yeah, XDC. Yeah, that's the.
So I just had a buddy ask me about it, and I was like, I don't know much about it, but when I looked it up, this is one of the articles that came up, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, cheers to whoever you are. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
Panama. I'm trying to go to Panama Anderson's.
All right, real quick. Pulling a Panama is in Sahara, the movie, and it's when they turn the boat around and they blow it up to blow up the bad guys. So it's called Pulling a Panama. So we're blowing the minds with Panama, accepting 9 cryptocurrencies technically, because the use of Bitcoin and 8 other cryptocurrencies. And so, this is a great move. We got this. 9 cryptocurrencies being accepted in Panama. I'm still, I'm bullish, man. We got great moves. We got great things going on out here.
Yeah, we do. Shout out to all the good news pushing crypto forward. And if somebody in crypto Twitter doesn't have a parody account named Panama Anderson with some laser eyes, the internet's it's just not as good as I was hoping. But you know what is cool about the internet? Actually, not the internet, but the Internet of Things. So VeChain is one of the few projects in the crypto space that uses IoT tech to get rid of data obstacles.
There you go.
The platform's native token, VeChain, is used to transfer value across, I meant VET, V-E-T,
Yeah.
is used to transfer value across VeChain's network.
Yep.
So basically this partnership with Alchemy Pay is a big deal.
Very big deal. And partnering up with Alchemy Pay, what's happening is it's bringing in 2 million different stores around 70 countries, and VeChain can be utilized to pay for goods. This is all happening without, remember, bro, this is all happening without anybody really talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit right here, bro, this would be popping off right now. Are you kidding me? This is great news. You're telling me I can go use my VeChain? Sign me up. And that's where we're headed. That's where we're going. The times are really starting to look like what we're talking about, decoupling,
Right. Shout out to Eisenrich. That guy's still going hard for VeChain. Salute. Yeah. Also, so I thought this was interesting. I didn't even come across this news. That's how quiet VeChain's been. But this week as well, so this wasn't the only big news for VeChain. It says Binance Bridge 2.0 went live and started supporting the cross-chain bridging of assets. Simply put, it provides a new way to bridge tokens from Ethereum to be used on the BNB chain. 9 tokens are currently supported, and VeChain is among them. Mm-hmm. So I missed that, but hey, let's go.
Yeah, that right there is showing that VeChain is going to be a leader. And it's just like, certain companies okay, hold on. Apple made tons of other companies successful, right? Chip makers, computer makers, plastic makers, metal makers, whatever. Manufacturers, Apple created tons of value, okay? Bitcoin and Ethereum. People come in, utilize the ecosystem, and make it better. They will benefit from that, and create more, more opportunity. People will reap the benefits from that. And here you are, you're getting, the names are starting to leak out. The news is starting to come out. Fundamentally, right now, these moments, while we're down and shit is bad, if you don't have good news coming out about your project that you are invested in and you have not researched it, and there is nothing good coming out about your project, you might want to question why you're in it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So with all that being said, this news of VeChain's great. Fundamentally, like in the beginning of the podcast, you and I were talking about it. This is the part. This is where it gets really tough, man, because like you don't want to look like an idiot, you don't want to look like an idiot. You don't want to be preaching something that's going to hurt people. But in the long run, I am telling you, this is life-changing opportunity sitting right at the doorstep of so many people, and they are just letting it slip through their fingers. So fundamentally, look at the projects, look at the news, look what you're seeing, and go with your gut, because you don't want to be buying something that ain't got shit going on,
100%. Yeah, and I think just over the course of this last year, I mean, we were always talking about VeChain, and it's like most projects you look and you're like, wow, the tech is great. Like, what's the utility? How is this actually, benefiting society? And like VeChain, we're like, this has the most partnerships and continues to be slept on, even during the runs last year. I mean, like I said earlier, we're seeing like the race between Crow and VeChain, at least from my portfolio's aspect.
Yeah.
And I was like, dang, I love VeChain so much and everything is so good behind them, but like, what's missing? And I mean, this is just another really, really important piece of news that just adds more validation.
Yeah, absolutely. The people over in China aren't having as an easy of an access to cryptocurrency as other people are around the world. And VeChain was based out of there. So obviously, culture still reigns in the world, right? And I mean, it's like when something gets popular and takes off, it's going to come out of an area usually. I mean, there's anomalies to what I'm saying here, but like VeChain came out of China. People in China are being told crypto is illegal, or there's probably a whole bunch of you're under so much surveillance if you're in it, and the government is like on top of you about it. But they've already 100%. Released their stable coin, China. And so what I'm getting at here is like VeChain is undervalued and underappreciated because of the circumstances in which we are in. You have big money makers that know how to move trillions of dollars in market value, pushing the price of crypto down further and further and further and further. And until we see a decoupling, like you and I've been telling you about, until we see that happen, the crypto market will be dragged down by the stock market because of these buyers and sellers, and that is tough. So the ecosystem has to stay strong. So that's why the developers are up under the hood. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but this is a good point here. These guys are all up in the hood, cleaning and gutting out projects, making them better, talking to the community. You got NFT communities being developed in such a unique way that you and I are now being exposed to, right? And this is just as good as a cryptocurrency project. Dude, there are billions and trillions of dollars missing from the cryptocurrency market and the NFT market. And if you're not diving in here at this moment, there's nothing to be said because the ecosystem's working fine.
Right.
So, I mean, there's hiccups here and there. Solana's had the congestion, and Filecoin went through its upgrade. You had Algorand going through its governance protocol. Zcash going through all of its development over the past decade. So I mean, we've got things being worked on, and we're preparing for a moment. And I think the first article resembles that. The first article of this
100%.
article. You know what I mean?
Right. And since it's all tech, these things can go through upgrades if there's issues. So like
Exactly
that's where
right.
it's different,
Yeah.
It's not like a company. If a company is set up and it completely like fails, I mean, it's game over for the company. But when it comes to tech, hey, a little edit here and there and, fix the system
Yeah.
and you're straight. That's the benefit of technology.
Absolutely.
But so next we got our baby Gemini. We love Gemini. Shout out to Gemini. Shout
Yeah.
out to the Winklevoss twins. They've added new tokens. And what do we got? So they added 8 new currencies, cryptocurrencies. So I'll just read them off. We have Chili's. Is that it? All right.
Yeah.
We got Chili's, Metis,
I think it's Credo. You're good. You're
Credo.
good, dude. All
But
of these are a
either
toss
way,
up.
that's-
So.
Credo is going to be the first one I look at. Shout out to Too Easy Dilly.
Yeah.
And then we've got Rev, GeoJam. Do you know the difference between jam and jelly?
Yeah, you jam it in and jelly it wiggles.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have
think
to
that's good.
get into that. Yeah, that's good. That's
For
good.
sure.
That works.
run
The
that.
people are happy with that one. So then we got Zebek and we got Steppen. That's our favorite. Last but not least, we got Bonefida. I don't know. Bonefida. Shout out to you guys. But Steppen, 100%. Shout out to Bit Cruising bringing us to the forefront. We just heard about it right before it was like really
Popping off.
doing its thing.
Yeah.
And that GMT chart looks pretty nutso.
Yeah.
And what we've been hearing, I mean, I've been trying to get activation codes to get into the app. Oh man, that's tough. But that's my goal this week. That's probably one of my crypto goals is to get an activation code so I can get there. Next, we got to figure out how to get those shoes.
You have to get up at what time would that be? That'd be 9 o'clock East Coast, 6 o'clock your time. You have to get up at 6 a.m. to do it. I mean, I'll be game. I'll set the alarm.
Yeah, that's
I'll
commitment.
message
I
you.
mean, I guess I'll be up, like 30 minutes early.
Yeah. But I went over this article that they put out, and they did little summaries on each one of these coins, and I am actually happy with all of it. There's one or two that I'm a little bit confused on, Bonefida, whatever, and then Metis. I mean, I've read them, they make sense. GeoJam, that's a cultural thing. Anything to do with music that's coming out with like play to earn NFTs and combining music with NFTs, that is going to be a very tough market. That's going to be a cultural thing, and the branding for that is going to have to be very good. That's straight up what it is. So GeoJam,
100%.
I don't know if that's the one. I've heard about another one that my dad sent me the other day. Can't remember the name of it right now, but I mean, people are trying to develop these NFT platforms for music, and I don't think they're hitting the right notes, dude. Sorry for the pun there.
Is that a pun?
Yeah, it sure was. Unbelievable. Lucky me.
But I was gonna say with all 8 of these coins, like they already have like a little bit of level of trust. So it's like, we look into it. You were talking about it earlier. You were comparing it to how we look at coins on Coinbase. We're like, all right, we trust like Coinbase, their little vetting process. And now we were like, oh, well, I mean, Gemini is doing really good things as well for their platform.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're already a step ahead. I mean, like I said, we've been looking into GMT and, Dilly brought us onto Quidero. What did you say it is?
I call it
Credo.
Yeah.
The internet's so tough, man.
I think it was like the first time that I've seen like a list of coins come out that were more like pushing towards the consumer earning more. And I like that. That makes me really excited. I like how, that's what crypto's made for. It's to help the retail investor make an equal playing field for everybody. So
Right. And I'm trying to gain value like everywhere. That's why Steppen was such an interest right from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, we're already using basic attention token running on, running on their browser collecting crypto while we're literally on the internet. We would be doing nothing different. We're on the internet, but instead we're obtaining a cryptocurrency, earning. And I'm trying to do that everywhere. And now if I can just do it walking around. Speaking of innovation, we have Flare and Algorand. So
Sexy.
Flare has been awarded a 7-figure Algorand Foundation super grant to develop a Bitcoin bridge into the Algorand ecosystem.
Love that.
The bridge will be engineered using Flare's native cross-chain protocols, offering greater security than existing technology through the use of consensus and risk mitigation to manage bridging rather than a custodial multi-signature approach. So I didn't realize
Take a
this
breath.
I know. I was like, big words, boom, slicing and dicing. Look at me. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
I didn't realize this, but the article says billions of dollars have been stolen from blockchain bridges in recent months because they are often more centralized and less secure than the blockchains they serve.
Yep.
It is therefore of critical importance that new and more secure bridging approaches are developed if we are to achieve a liquid cross-chain future.
Love that.
So it does say that this will enable trustless interoperability. I listened literally.
That's pretty good.
I tried to get used to this word, so I was listening to the pronunciation. So interoperability between Algorand and Bitcoin, plus other non-smart contract tokens such as Doge, Litecoin, XRP, and XLM Stellar. So, hey, let's go. Look at that bridge. 4 coins, 5 coins I heard of. We're all just like one happy team. Let's do this.
Love that, dude. Hell
But
yeah.
we love Algorand. I mean, I'm loving the news. Like, we kind of were like chilling out on them for a while until the upgrade. And now we're doing the governance reward. We'll see how that goes. I mean, 10%.
10%?
Whew. And I fell in love with Algorand, and we were just doing like 6%, 4%, something like that. And then I got a heavy bag.
And that was at $2.
I'm still... No. We were
$1.50?
way.
Oh, well, yeah, I know what
we
you're
were
talking
still
about.
under $1.
Yeah, we were at like 40 cents, yes.
But it was hanging out at $2. And I mean, I think we know Algorand can go even higher. So we'll see.
Dude, bro, I mean, I look at the projects and the stuff we're in, and I look at the prices, and I think to myself, like, oh, man, dude, I'd way rather say I tried and I was wrong than not try it at all and watch those gains pop up, and I'm like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? So, Flare's great, awesome. Algorand, awesome. Algorand, please, I hope this is something that can compete with Cosmos and will benefit the market. Always want competition. So, I'm excited about this part right here. Algorand dives in. Next thing you know, they bypass Cosmos's technology, and they got a partner that they can, I don't know. Who knows? This is all me speculating, know?
Either way, hey, I'm happy with another success of a bridge because it's great for blockchain, great for crypto. And I hope that it motivates my baby Cosmos because I love Atom still.
Yeah.
So let's get back to work. The wolves are on our tail.
So let me close out with this. Don't stop believing in yourself. Aim for the moon, because if you miss, at least you fall amongst the stars. Dream big, friends.
This is where legends are made. This is where you either get freaking up or you fold. And I'm not trying to fold.
No, not at all. I'm trying to see it.
Keep it simple. Keep it too easy. Buy low, sell high. Look at all this crypto news. If you don't have validation in the market, maybe figure it out, but you don't lose until you sell.
That's right. That's right.
And we got Discount City over here.
Yeah.
I'm literally about the first thing I'm going to do after I pick up is just go buy some VeChain. All right, guys. I love you. Stay strong, soldier. Bye. See you later. Are you still here? What are you doing in here, dude? The show's over. Get out of here.